Good morning, Facebook friends. I'm coming to you live from my studio here, Body Balance, at Winnipeg, Manitoba, for those of you that are local. For those of you that aren't and you don't know me, my name is Sandy. I'm a personal trainer, a fitness instructor, and co-owner of Body Balance. And most recently, I won Canada's Top Trainer last year. So I'm coming to you today with, I always like to cover off questions that you guys send me. And I had a question about how do you still do your workouts? My hubby's sending me text messages here. Oh, now he's watching. Yay! Okay, so we're going to talk about wrist placement with your hand weights. If you've had a wrist strain and injury, it's healed, it's been a while, you're still struggling with strength, or you're still struggling with your hand placement, doesn't feel quite right, and you're not sure if you can do push-ups or not, so I'm here to give you some options today. Okay, so first off, let me flip this around. Okay, now you can see me in the mirror. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up a hand weight. So one of the questions was how to perform, or should you, if you've had a wrist injury. Well, I'm not a doctor, so it really depends on what you're dealing with as far as your wrist injury. If it's old, if it's new. If it's new, you want to take it easy, and you want to be lifting a whole lot of heavy weights, okay? You want to be listening to your physiotherapist and your chiropractor and your massage therapist about getting that proper plan back in place. And I do work with a lot of folks in the industry in massage therapy, chiropractor, and physio as far as getting people back to where they were. So I'm going to show you a few different ways that you can still be working out even though you've had an injury, it's past, you're still trying to strengthen, and how you can change your positioning of your hands or your wrists on your weights. Okay, so first off, regular bicep curl, you would have your hand positioning here. But if you do something called a hammer curl, we're going to switch and we're going to be here. Okay, so this tends to be a little easier to hold. It's a harder exercise, but it's a little easier to keep that wrist stable. Hi, Lindsay. So why is it easier to keep the wrist stable? I'll put the weight down. The common thing that I see with people lifting weights, and if they have weak wrists, so see if you can get a good bird's eye view here, is the wrist will drop. I'll show you from the side. The wrist drops like this. So if you're holding the weights here, less chance of that happening, right? So we want to strengthen your wrist, not make it worse. We want to go forward with that. Okay, the other one is I see people, if they have problems with their wrists, a lot of times they've had shoulder problems. Okay, so from here, this is going to be much harder than this. Okay, hey Lisa, how's it going? Does this look like boot camp or what? Again, this is going to be harder to achieve than this if you're dealing with wrist and shoulder issues. Okay, guys? The other thing was dealing with, dealing with wrist issues and feeling like you can't do your full body push-ups. Now, I did a video on this once before, but I'll run through it again. Let's see if I can get a good angle here. I'm going to have to put it to the mirrors. Okay, so let me just put this, see if this is going to work today. This is, okay, let me try it a different way. Okay, this is going to work now. All right, here's the other thing. If you're having wrist issues, and I see this a lot in my, let me get in view here. I see this a lot in my boot camp classes where people have had wrist issues and they're wanting to do push-ups. And here's the thing, it's not about strength. If you have a wrist issue, a lot of times it just means you're unable to be in a loaded flex state, which means this position. So what do we do? Well, this is what Canada's Top Trainer does with the clients, is I take your hand and you're going to be here. The wrist is much stronger with the forearm in this position than it is here. So how do you do your push-ups? On your weights. You're going to slide your hands underneath your weights, and there you are in that position, nice and strong. Anybody in my classes have had wrist issues have done really well with doing their push-ups like this on their weights. If that's still not possible, okay, we come up off the floor. If that's still not possible, then we get on the wall, okay? And you just place your hands in the same position. Hey, Janet, how's it going? I keep cutting in and out. Sorry about that, Janet. I was on and off the floor. Hi, Joy. Janet, I'll get back to you about that other question, but I was actually covering wrist issues right now. And again, if you need to do your push-ups on the wall, just place your hands in the same position you would on the floor, okay? Let me see if I can move this around. I'm not going to be able to use two hands, but okay, wider, if you have your hands placed wider on the wall, it's going to be more chest and biceps work. If you get your hands closer to the wall and sort of make a diamond shape and bring your hands together, you're going to get more triceps work, okay? And don't feel like, a lot of times people in class, they don't feel right about, being on the wall sometimes. If you're just starting out in class and you just think, oh, I'm doing my push-ups on the wall. Here's the thing. I have some of the toughest, strongest people in class that do their push-ups on the wall because of wrist issues. This is not a strength thing. This is an issue with your wrist in a loaded flex state, all right? So get them doing on the wall. You know what? You can do one leg. You can get further away from the wall to make it harder for yourself. So there you go, guys. There's some tips on how to keep working out if you have wrist issues. If you want to check out one of my classes, they're not full yet for the new year. We're starting a brand new session January 2nd, and I still have some room in my bootcamp class and also my yoga class. And we've also got some other amazing instructors teaching sculpt classes and cardio sculpt. So we got classes going like Monday to Saturday in the new year. Check us out, www.body-balance.ca. And if you need a program at home, let me know. Just drop me a little message below or send me an email, sandyknox@gmail.com, and we'll get you hooked up and get you working out and feeling good. All right, bye for now, guys.